Welcome back to another video, everybody. So in this one, I'm actually super excited for this video here. We have a lot of really cool information to break down on some of the cool things that have happened over the last couple of weeks in the market. And you guys know I love seeing all of you guys make a bunch of money every single day. And I know a lot of you guys hit some of these trades here. So we're going to be going over a little bit of a recap, trading strategy as well, and going over what is the likelihood that some of these moves that we've seen in the market today, yesterday, last week are going to continue in the near future. So again, guys, all I ask for, hit that like button down below and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy videos like this. But let's get right into it here. And what we're going to be talking about a little bit is Nvidia, but also AMD, because something very special happened with AMD as well. So when we're looking at this chart here, there's a couple of key things that we need to keep in mind. We have Nvidia on the daily time frame here. So when we're looking at daily time frames, we're going to need a little bit of a longer holding period. So when we're looking at, okay, we're seeing Nvidia have this daily cross down right here. Now remember, we did see Pythagoras, our brand new trading algorithm that is able to predict these crossovers before they actually even happen with a very high degree of certainty, alert a little bit back here. It was one of these 2 days right here, the 22nd or the 21st. Now Nvidia had earnings coming up, so I personally didn't take this trade, even though I do kind of put a lot of faith in this algorithm when I'm trading. I do look at these key support and resistance levels, but this algorithm is an absolute monster. But you ended up getting this daily cross down here, and what ended up happening after that. So when we're following the basic 1348 rules here, we've got the 200 exponential moving average up here. You're below these key levels of basically resistance, and you also have MACD showing that bearish momentum here. You have RSI below its moving average, coming down below 50 as well. Everything checks out. Now let's see the percentage move in stock that actually came after this here. So let's say we're getting in at some point on this candle here and all the way down here. This is about a 23% move in stock. Now, if you wanted to be a little bit risky and kind of not follow the rules and trade contracts that expire this week, these contracts would have been up for you about 5,000%. Now, if you did go out with a little bit more time, you most likely would have been up at least 1,000% as well, if not 500%. These are some life-changing gains here, guys, that if you are essentially allocating your portfolio properly, let's say that you are going in with about 10% of your portfolio, which is what we talk about all the time. Well, if you hit a 1,000x position, well, you just 10x your account. Now, are these things going to happen all of the time? Absolutely not. Base hits are going to be more consistent and put the power of compound interest on your side. But as we can see here with Nvidia, this thing was just an absolute falling knife. And after the news came out yesterday about the United States government not wanting Nvidia to continue the sale of chips over in China, this thing just went on an absolute free fall. Now, there is something very interesting here about AMD as well that I want to bring up too. Now, this is going to be Trader Joe. So this is the algorithm that we talk about all the time in our program, our group. This is the first one that has come out. And when you hear me mention Trader Joe and Pythagoras, you can kind of think of Trader Joe as like Tony Stark from the Iron Man, but then you can think of Pythagoras as Tony Stark with the Iron Man suit on. So as we can see here, our proprietary trading algorithm that uses all of the 1348 rules and some of some other special sauce in there as well. Again, these algorithms are proprietary. We did create these. Is up about 25.67%. Now, this one started in about April. And when we look at this right here, you can see that yesterday at 8 p.m., well, Trader Joe was holding an AMD short position. Now, when we come over here and take a look at what happened with AMD, very similar story to Nvidia as well. We have the daily cross down right here yesterday or the day before happening. We see the MACD in a very, very bearish trend. The RSI looking very, very solid as well to the downside. And, well, you kind of know the story by now. These stocks tanked. Our algorithms made a bunch of money on them. A lot of our members made a bunch of money on them as well. And guys, again, if you guys are interested in getting access to the most powerful tools that retail investors do have on the market, these algorithms right here, make sure you check out that link down below. It is the best time of the month if you guys do want to join. So again, if you are interested, come in there with us. We'd love to have you. We have an awesome community, and we are continually adding some awesome stuff for you guys in there as well. But the other thing that I want to talk about with you guys is what is the likelihood that these moves are actually going to continue. Now, if you watch my video from earlier today, we were talking about how tomorrow is going to be a very important day for the overall market in terms of unemployment data and average hourly earnings. Now, depending on how that data actually comes out, we could end up seeing these stocks go on a little bit of a brief pop But again, my personal opinion is that there's really nothing out in the market right now that is going to cause the Fed to decrease the rate that they're going to be increasing interest rates by. I don't foresee them kind of backing off and kind of straying away from their mandate here. And looking at AMD right now, I would say that it's possible that we do test these lows, which is really tough to say because I do own a boatload of AMD in my long-term portfolio. It was the first stock I ever bought. I think it was back in 2017 or 2018 at an average price of like 12. So that doesn't feel too good. But again, having these tools at our disposal, even if you do have a bunch of long positions out there, if you are able to adequately hedge yourself with very, very smart options trades, well, then they don't really hurt as bad if you're able to make money on these stocks as they are going down too. So looking at AMD here, you can see that it's down below this key level of support. It gapped right back down. You could see it come back up and retest and then get that knock back down. Just like I was saying about how the market could go on a brief kind of relief bounce and then start that move back down. Same thing with AMD here. You could see it come back up, maybe testing that $83 range before we end up coming back to the downside. Nvidia, a little bit different story though. We have not seen Nvidia at these levels here since, let's see, actually May of 2021. So about a little over a year ago is when we were seeing Nvidia back down at these super low levels. Now, there's not much support down here for Nvidia, but you can also kind of think, okay, well, Nvidia is selling off pretty significantly. There's a lot of people that do like this company over the long term and could step up and kind of purchase this and add this to their long-term portfolios on a dip after you see the volatility kind of settle down. But again, if you start to see more news coming out about basically the semiconductor shortage or more problems with chip production and selling of chips, I do think there could easily be some more downside in these tickers here. But one thing I do want to really, really get across to everybody before we even wrap up this video here is these plays right here, AMD and Nvidia, have made very, very significant moves. If you weren't in these plays before, I do not think that you should go chasing these. Chasing is one of the worst things that you can do in the market right now. Now, if you're still holding AMD or Nvidia positions, we've talked about this in a couple of videos. We talk about this in our private live streams almost every single day. There's really two things that we like to talk about a lot, and that's get more time on your contracts to kind of lessen the volatility and make sure that you can kind of ride out these full moves. And the second is actually making it free. When you see big moves like this happen in the overall market, taking your initial investment back off the table plus a little bit of profit makes the trade risk-free for you at that point, and you're able to kind of hold out through those moves if that is something that you want to do. So guys, that is kind of going to wrap up this update here on AMD, on Nvidia, a little bit of trading strategy and kind of market recap. Again, congratulations to everybody that was getting in on these plays here. Trader Joe absolutely crushed it. And again, if you guys do want to come in there with us, make sure you guys check out that link down below. So that is going to wrap it up for this one, guys. I hope you're having an awesome evening, are ready for tomorrow and the long weekend. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.